Hey there, guys. Welcome back to The Flow right here on YouTube. My name is Asmari, and today we are going to be having an inner child soulversation. Um, Before I get into it, I just want to let everybody watching know that these messages are general and they may not resonate with you because I'm reading for the public, general public. And so, yeah, if you feel like you want a more personalized reading, at the moment, I'm not doing them. So, here we are. If you feel like you'd like to, you know, get a more in-depth message, then you can like and subscribe so I can tap into your energy. Alrighty. Also, quick reminder, we still have our Astro Motion calendars on sale. The link is in the description box down below. Yeah. So let's get into these. Remember, if you resonate with my content, our content, you can feel free to go ahead and subscribe and share with your friends. Alrighty, so for this inner child reading, I was drawn to really just like bring up first of all the anima and animus reading I did because it's connected. And so if you are on this path intentionally, and you haven't watched the anima and animus reading, that may have some messages for you. Yeah, as well as I don't know if it was the divine feminine or divine masculine reading. I basically think that all of the archetype readings would be of help to you. But there's a reading where I talked about a baby elephant being tied to a pole and having needing to learn that the older that it grew, that it had the power to break free of the hold that it you know that was on it. I'm not going to repeat the story. I was just told to bring it up to you. So if you're interested, you can check out that reading on my channel list. So let's get into the inner child messages. I'm just hearing like the words, I'm so proud of you. So for a lot of you watching, your inner child is like super proud of you. With the Knight of swords coming up there as the background energy, I feel like your inner child is proud of you because you finally found the strength to speak up for yourself. You finally found the strength to share your honest truth, and not really caring like what other people think about your truth. You're choosing to open up your throat chakra because if you're watching this and if you resonate with this video, I feel like as a child, you really were not allowed to speak up for yourself. I'm getting that whole like traditional African upbringing, but it could be the same around the world in the Eastern cultures as well, where you're supposed to be seen and not heard. And it's really interesting because there's a death card, that transformation, transforming how you were taught to show up and how to communicate your needs. Learning that the only way for you to grow, as that story with the elephant that I was talking about, that was tied to the rope when it was a baby and not being able to break free. Now you're a big ass elephant, and all you need to do is just take one step forward. And that step forward, I feel like, is that you being honest and sharing your blunt truth. Amazing. For a lot of you, it's about family dynamics. It doesn't have to be, it could be with regards to, but necessary, like because we're talking about the inner child, it starts with the not resonates it starts with the family dynamics, and it may be playing out in your life now in other ways, shapes, or forms. So for example, let's say you are in a marriage, because the Hierophant represents any form of institution. It could be religion wise, it could be anything that's an institution, right? But this aspect of being seen and not heard started in the home, right? With your family. And so you're learning to speak up about equal give and equal take, learning how to stand up for yourself and be fair in all of your dealings. And so that is now spilling over to your work, to your relationships, to, maybe if you're in school, and you're that person who does the group work for everybody, and, because you're used to being a people pleaser, that type of stuff. So just take it where it resonates. That's a background energy, and I love it. Also, just, I'm being led to just bring out one more card from the background energy, learning the importance of boundaries, showing people that you are sticking to your boundaries and you know the importance of boundaries, and you're going to stand up for them no matter what comes your way. You know what I mean? So I'm loving that energy for your background energy. Let's look at the cards right here on the table. So we have the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So for me, the Page of Pentacles represents like friendship energy, but it could also represent like a childlike energy. So this could be you now, with your work, going down to analyzing your past and your childhood. You're learning what relationships you want in your life, which relationships are going to build you, with the pentacles here, which relationships are good for you to take part in, which relationships are not good for you to take part in. You're just learning how to unlearn the unhealthy patterns that you were taught when you were a child, because a lot of you are also coming into the realization that a lot of the people who raised you had no idea what they were doing, because they were just raising you the way they were raised. And I feel like that's the basis of a lot of our childhood issues, because our parents never knew better, and it's because they were taught by people who never knew better. But it's up to us to make the choice to break the pattern, to make the choice to see a better way for us to move forward, right? Um, and so, with you being able to identify the people that are best for you to work with, the universe is now giving you opportunities. Opportunities, I'm hearing with this new moon in Aries as well. New moons are all about planting seeds if you follow my podcast. Um, so, I feel like with this, it's about being offered an opportunity to plant a seed of something that you are very passionate about, and finding the right people to partner with, in that, finding who is best to, share your dreams with and your goals with, finding out who are the people who are really for you, finding out that your family is and are and should be the people who choose you, because you deserve to be chosen. I'm getting that image of, like, the way back in school, like when we used to play sports, and then there'd be specific people who were like chosen as the captains, and then they had to pick like kids to join their team. So I'm getting, for a few of you who are watching, you may have been used to being the last one, the last one to be picked. And I'm also feeling that energy, like moving on to even your adult life, where you feel like, you are always like the last to be considered. But like that whole, I want to call it an initiation, that whole initiation taught you how to choose yourself first, right? Um, on my channel, I like to talk about how we can make use of the proverbial, madness in our lives to create new cycles for us, to enable us to transmute any negative energy into something positive for us. And that's moving on into the energy of being able to defend your realization of the fact that an old cycle is over Yeah, a lot of you may have Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius heavily aspected in your charts. To be honest, we all have all the signs in our charts, but when I say heavily aspected, it means any one of these signs could be in your sun, moon, or rising signs. So you may be feeling it a lot during this time, especially. So a lot of you may be in defensive mode, like you're not taking any bull from anybody. You are ready to do what it takes, whether it means everything being taken away from you, whether it means, you're isolated, whatever it means, whatever sacrifice you have to make in order for you to defend your victory, in order for you to defend your healing, in order for you to start a new cycle in life. A lot of you may also have been dealing, with a mother figure, or this may have been, with regards to a mother figure. Maybe a lot of you, disagreed with your mother, or your mother had this whole um, image of like how she wanted your life to be. It doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm getting here with like the Empress card coming out. But alternatively, because I'm getting this energy of the collective that I'm reading for, defending their victories, defending their beliefs, and choosing the right people for them. They're then taking the risk to become the Empress, right? They're taking a risk. The Empress is really the embodiment of abundance, of fertility, of giving birth to something. And that doesn't have to be a person. You could be giving birth to, a dream that you've been holding on to for a really long time. And so you're here with the Knight of Wands, just taking that risk to, you're protected with your shield right here, and you're just sitting pretty, following your intuition, knowing what to do and exactly when to do it. Yeah, and just protecting your space, so to speak. So this is kind of a repetitive message, but just to emphasize, I feel like the universe is trying to emphasize that you're starting to learn who exactly deserves to be in your space and who doesn't, because you are beginning to discern who has taken you for granted, and you're really not having it. And even those people who have taken you for granted know that they have taken you for granted, and they may be, going out of their way to try and, fix things with you. But that's really up to you. There's something that I learned and came across recently. I really like to listen to different perspectives of different people, because I believe that everybody is your teacher and you can learn from different people. And so there's this beautiful divine being called Kayla on YouTube, who talks about trust being like a mirror, right? So once trust is broken, if you try and piece back the mirror, I mean, you can piece it back, but as you pick up the pieces of the glass, you're going to cut yourself, number one. And then when you stick back the pieces, it's still going to be broken. You get what I mean? And so I think you're learning that with a lot of the people who showed you who they were the first time, you're beginning to really truly learn that lesson, that you should believe it when people who show you who they are the first time, because when they come back, it's really just to, you know, try and just tag along, I guess, because they're seeing how much you've grown and where you're about to go to. Because if they took you for granted in the first place, I mean, why are they coming back? Like, what suddenly changed? Because you're the same type of person. And I feel that's what's being illuminated for you here with the moon and the sun. So for me, when the sun and the moon comes out, for me, it's the energy of like night and day. So you see, with these cards that came out previously with the lovers and the four of cups, it's you being able to see the difference of relationships that you've been in the past, and the relationships that you're choosing to um, indulge in this now moment. So that could be with regards to your friendships, it could be with regards to your love interests, with regards to the people that you work with. You're learning that a lot of things were really cleverly hidden, but at the end of the day, like, it cannot always be night. The day has to come eventually, and you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. Stand up for your rights. Hashtag Bob Marley, get up, stand up. Don't forget the fight. I mean, like, what else? What else do we need to say there? You may also be dealing with people who have heavy Leo and Cancer in their chart, as well as Taurus and Gemini, Sagittarius, Libra, and Capricorn. Or you may have these heavily aspected in your chart, and maybe your sun, moon, or rising signs. So there we go. Talking about justice, you are walking away from all people, places, and things that do not serve your highest good. Like, that's why your inner child was saying, I'm so proud of you. Because when you were younger, like, the programming that you were given was that, you can't walk away from me. Who do you think you are? And now you're learning, I don't think that I am. I know who I am, and I choose to be who I am, and I'm going to follow that regardless of what anyone thinks or wants to put you in a box to be. You deserve to live your happiest life. You deserve to receive justice. A lot of you are not only just walking away from relationships that caused you pain, but like, this is deep, deep pain. Like, pain that you can't come back from. And that's why these people are coming back and they're like, oh, yeah, we took you for granted, because they know what they did. They know that they caused you this pain on a deep level. And they know that the only way for them to come back is to pretend to be abundant, because they know that you're only allowing abundant energy into your life. And so you may be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo who's really truly a narcissist. Here we have a devil and the devil energy. And they know that you are victorious, that you're walking away from this energy. They used to have a hold on you. They used to be the quote unquote like God in your life, dictating everything that you did. And for those of you who watched my shadow video, you saw me opening up about my life. Like, I've been through a situation where people have gone to the extent of using their resources to make sure that I do not make any money, to make sure that I do not go any further than I need, than I should, not than I should, than I'm meant to go. But let me tell you something, you can't break someone who finds their strength in God. You can't. And you hear the strength in my voice. That's the strength that a lot of you are finding. You're finding the strength to seek your own justice. It doesn't matter what people are doing to you. Let them talk shit about you. Let them go around and create fake situations to make you feel uncomfortable. You will not be shaken. You will not be shaken. I repeat, you will not be shaken. You're exactly like that tree that's planted by the waterside. You will not be moved. And trust me, this is Sunday when I'm recording this message. So, Jah is coming through, man. With the hymns, we shall not be moved. So you're deciding to just let people be who they are because you've learned that you can't change people, but you can change yourself. You can change who you decide to interact with. And so, just looking at the cards on the board in general, if you have not reached this energy yet, take this as an encouragement message that you are well on your way there. Just continue to hold your stance, continue to fight for what you believe in. Trust me, I've gone days, days without food, days without drinking water because of this energy. Because they seek to control you with any means necessary. And yet they don't realize that when there's somebody who has a mission in life, you can't stop them. You can't. I'm ready to die for my mission. Any day. I'd rather die than bow down to anybody who tries to control the will of God. and who tries to use other people to bring down the people that God uses as an instrument of peace. That says a lot about these people, a lot about these people, and a lot about you. Because if these people are willing to use all of those resources and willing to go through those huge and crazy lengths to stop you, what does that tell you about your power? You are powerful beyond measure. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are not possible. Don't let anyone tell you that what you want to achieve is not possible. It's possible. You are possible. Even the word impossible is really I am possible. Nelson Mandela once said that it's only impossible until it's done. And that's the truth. It's really only impossible until it's done. And so I think I'm going to stop the reading right there. People be out here on their missions, but I'm also steady on my mission. And so I'm grateful that Jah has given me this time to communicate this message. Stay safe. I thank you all who have been sending prayers and love and good energy and watching my channel, listening to my podcast, supporting in any way, shape, or form. If you'd like to support with positive energy donations, you can. If you want to support by sharing my channel, you can. If you want to support by changing your own life, that would be magical. Because my intention with sharing my own story and being vulnerable and helping you discover yourself and helping you be able to understand your own power and understand the people who are living around you with, love, unconditional love without judgment, but learning that you are the master of your ship. You're the captain of your soul. That would be the greatest gift to me. And so that's it for now, collective. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.